Hello, we are Cruse and Associates. For this case study, we cover two bridges, the Carquinez Bridge and the Antorio Bridge. I'm Brian Cruse, and I'm going to be talking about the challenges associated with the Antorio Bridge.
I'm Dan Johnson, and I'll be talking about the solutions that they found building the Antorio Bridge.
My name is Costas, and I will give the background information on Antorio Bridge.
The Antorio crosses the Corinthian Gulf in Greece and is comprised of four conic towers with height from 141 meters to 164 meters. It has two spans of 286 meters and three main spans of 560 meters. It is the longest multi-span cable-stayed bridge in the world and the longest suspended road span, 2,252 meters. It was constructed to an environment that it has many adverse characteristics. The seismic activity is significant, the water is too deep, and the seabed is too soft. Additionally, the Corinthian Gulf is expanding 8 millimeters per year. Now my colleague is going to talk about the challenges.
One of the major challenges for the Antorio Bridge was that it had to be completed in 5 years, as well as the tower's enormous weight had to be dispersed throughout the seabed. Also, during construction in 2003, a major earthquake with a 6.2 on the Richter scale occurred, but the engineers had foreseen this possibility. The margin for error for the placement of the towers for the bridge was only 10 centimeters or 4 inches. During the placement of the first tower, they had an accident and the tower was actually displaced 30 centimeters from the original design position. Next, my colleague Dan is going to talk about the solutions.
One of the many solutions and achievements of the Antorio Bridge is that it was delivered 4 months ahead of schedule. The tower's foundation, which was 90 meters in diameter, was built offshore to ease construction. Due to the unfavorable conditions of the seabed, engineers stabilized the ground under each tower by embedding hundreds of metal pipes using GPS. Due to the misplacement of the column, as stated previously, they decided to shift the whole bridge rather than move the column. To account for the possibility of earthquakes, huge metal beams were temporarily installed to support the legs of each tower. The tower is not anchored to the seabed in any way. It simply rests on 3 meters of gravel that will allow it to slide in case of an earthquake. Now I'm sending it to the rest of our group, which covered the other bridge.
Our friends Dan, Costas and Brian highlighted the engineering challenges faced during the construction of a major bridge project. Now we'll take you from building one bridge to demolishing one. Hi, I'm Ankit Singh and I'll provide a brief introduction of Carquinez bridge breakdown.
Hi, I am Ayush. I will explain the challenges faced by engineers while demolition of Carquinez Bridge.
Hi, I am Sanket and I'll elucidate the ingenious solution the engineers came up with to demolish the bridge.
Bridges are the lifeline of San Francisco Bay Area. 7 bridges, including the iconic Golden Gate Bridge, connect the two shores. As of now, there are 2 bridges spanning the Carquinez Strait. One is a steel truss bridge built in 1958 and other is a suspension bridge built in 2003. But before the year 2005, there was also a third steel bridge which was built in 1927 and served the traffic for nearly 8 decades.
The 1927 Carquinez Bridge was once the longest highway bridge in the world, but it is now obsolete and very expensive to maintain, and thus it must come down. The easiest way to quickly and economically demolish a steel bridge is by planned demolition using explosive and detonators, but that could not be done in this case because, firstly, two functioning bridges were dangerously close side by side. Secondly, Carquinez Strait is an important shipping lane, thus ship traffic cannot be stopped for long. To further make things difficult, water of Carquinez Strait is a protected habitat of rare and endangered species, and thus no part of the bridge can fall in river as it contains toxic lead paint.
In order to take down such a special bridge, a special solution was required. To accomplish this Herculean task, the engineers thoroughly studied the construction technology used 80 years ago and just reversed the process to demolish it. Firstly, the pavement was stripped off the bridge. The solution was to bring each 630-ton central span down using hydraulic jacks and cables and then towing them to the shore using barges and tugboats, which wasn't that easy as there was less than 6-meter clearance from the shore. A key aspect of the solution was recycling. The remaining steel structure was taken down by breaking it into manageable pieces and towed to the scrapyard. They recycled around 12,000 tons of steel, which was worth more than $2 million. Even the rebars were recycled and the concrete was pulverized and used for road construction. The advantages were it was environmental friendly, the old defunct bridge got a new life, and the steel was easy to produce by recycling rather than obtaining it from the ore.